There are 4 divine origins of Hanumanji. This divine being that is born of Shivji's highest truth, of Vayudev's strength, of Kesari's loyalty, and of Anjani's devotion. The whole world celebrates their presence. All over India, you will find temples and shrines dedicated to Hanumanji. You go to a Ganesh temple in Maharashtra, there is a shrine for Hanumanji. You go to a Shiva temple in northern India, there is a shrine for Hanumanji. In Ram mandirs all over the world, there is always, of course, Hanumanji's presence. In nearly every Swaminarayan temple all across the world, there is an image of Hanumanji. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, on Arjuna's flag, you will find Hanumanji. When Kali Ma walks in the world, ahead of her, carrying her flag to denote her presence, is Hanumanji. Hanumanji is truly everywhere. He is the uniting factor in this world of multiplicity. And his ability to unite is seen in his origin story. Now, we have already heard that Hanumanji is Anjani Putra, the son of Anjani. He is Pavanasuta, the son of the wind deity Vayu. Now we hear
Shankar Suvan Kesari Nandan Teja Pratap Mahajagabandhan.
Shankar Suvana, the child of Shiva. Kesari Nandana, the child of Kesari. Teja Pratap Mahajagavandan, the luster of this divine origin, is praised across the entire universe. Now, the origin story of Hanumanji we can find in the Vishnu Puran, in an episode known as Samudra Manthan. Some of you may have heard this story where the Devas, which were the divine beings, and the Asuras, who dealt with the lower realms, were always at war. And at one point, they both wanted the nectar of immortality. And they realized that they alone would not be able to get it, and therefore had to cooperate. In order to cooperate, Bhagavan Vishnu took the form of a tortoise, a kurma. On his back was placed the great Mount Vasuki, the king of serpents, wound himself around this mountain and acted as the rope. And at either end of the rope were the Devas on one side and the Asuras on the other. And there they started churning the great Kshir Sagar, the ocean of milk. Now we may look at this and think it's just a story, but let's look at it from a higher perspective. The Kshir Sagar is our mind. The Devas and Asuras who are churning it are a higher and lower tendencies who are playing with this mind. The mountain that is facilitating this churning is our body. The snake is our intellect. And the tortoise, which is upholding everything, is our Paramatma, the divine spark in our heart. Now, when we utilize this divine spark, this mind, this body, this intellect, and we start churning with our higher and lower tendencies, we undertake a process that is known as meditation. And in meditation, the first thing that comes out is the poison that's within us. So similarly, in this Samudra Manthan story, the first thing that came out was blinding poison called halahal. When this poison emerged, Shiva Bhagavan came and drank this poison. And such is the greatness of Shiva that even on drinking poison, it went to his throat but no further. He is able to consume our darkest, worst tendencies but is not affected by them. Therefore, in the seat of meditation, when our darker tendencies start to come up, the message is we should offer it to the divine. Now, what does this have to do with Hanumanji? Well, keep listening. Many ages later, Bhagavan Shiv expressed to Bhagavan Vishnu that because he was consuming the poison, he was not able to see the form of Sri Vishnu called Mohini, who is the divine enchantress. And he wished to see that form. Now Vishnuji warned Shivji, this is not a form for devotees. You should stay away. But Shivji insisted. And on his insistence, Vishnuji revealed his divine form as the enchantress of the universe, Mohini ji. And seeing this divine enchanting form, Shivji, who had overcome lust, who had overcome Kamadev himself, who was unaffected by any sensual pleasures, was so overcome that he released his divine seed, his Virya. This Virya was carried by the wind deity Vayu and deposited to Anjani, who was a devotee of Shiva and was married to Kesari. Therefore, there are 4 divine origins of Hanumanji. One is Shiva. He is known as a Shiva Ansh or a Rudra avatar. The second is Vayu, where Hanumanji is a Vayu Putra. The third is Anjani, where he is known as Anjanasuta. And the fourth one is Kesari, where Hanumanji is known as Kesari Nandana. Now, when we hear this story that Shivji was overcome by Mohini and released his seeds, there are 3 important things for us to remember. Firstly, let us avoid any judgment and any argument as to who is superior, Shiva or Vishnu. We are not qualified to have that argument. And as devotees, we should follow whoever we have devotion towards without falling in the trap of these arguments. The second is that we should have a mature understanding of the release of someone's seed, the creation of life. Why? Because all life is created this way. We cannot feel shy about that which is our own origin. And the third one is that we should understand why Shivji released his seed. Now you see, when Bhagwan Vishnu agreed to come down onto this earth in the divine form of Bhagwan Sri Ram, Brahmadev went to all the other devas and said to them, Swayam Bhagwan is coming onto the earth. Why are you not going onto the earth as well? And because Bhagwan was coming as a Nara, as a man, all the deities came as a Vanara, as a precursor to man. Now Shivji had already taken birth as Hanuman, a Vanara, before even being asked by Brahmaji. So this entire episode of releasing his seed and so on was for the purpose of joining Vishnuji on earth and participating in the divine Leela, which we know today as the Ramayana. Now we may think that these are all stories, but the reality is all of us need these different parental influences if we want to progress in our spiritual life. Shiva denotes the highest truth known as Brahman, of which we are simply a part. But to realize our unity with Brahman, we need to act in this world with strength and vigor, which is denoted by Vayu. Furthermore, we need to have focus and loyalty to our path, that is denoted by Kesari. But most important of all, we need to have bhakti and devotion in our hearts, that is denoted by Anjani. So if we are able to achieve this divine parentage, the dynamism and strength that we are able to manifest is that of Hanumanji. And what happens when we manifest this strength? Teja Pratap Maha Jagavandan, this luster of this divine being that is born of Shivji's highest truth, of Vayudev's strength, of Kesari's loyalty, and of Anjani's devotion. The whole world celebrates their presence. Now, some of us may hear this and think, that's all well and good, but I don't have great relationships with my parents. We should take Hanumanji's example, who took all the best that he had from his parentage and lived his life to such a level that even today, when we say Hanumanji, we take the name of his parents. Why is it important to do this? Well, because we need to grow up in life and realize that our parents did the best that they could to raise us in the circumstances that they found themselves. And even though we may think that they did something wrong, we must realize that time is limited. We cannot hold on to grudges forever. Let us, in a spirit of service and surrender, ask for Hanumanji's grace so that we may develop strong everlasting bonds with our parents and be able to serve them in such a way that it aids our own spiritual evolution. My name is Om Dhumatkar. Thank you for joining us on yet another video as we explore the secrets of success as revealed in the Hanuman Chalisa. If you found this video beneficial, then do share it with someone else so that they too benefit from this divine message. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel. This is a small step for you, but has a huge impact to us. Thank you once again for joining us in today's video, and I will see you again very soon. Namaste.